Let's go for a ride and just watch the scenery of this ever-changing landscape and ever-changing temperatures. One minute you're out in the sunshine and the next minute it's snow. As we climb up, it's snow. But I decided to turn around and head towards something a little bit more manageable. One of the more interesting things about this ride up island were the ginormous potholes, as you can see here. Some of these potholes were the size of kiddie pools. And then the scenery totally changed. It was time to climb uphill using a logging road, and I immediately found this. Check it out. On Vancouver Island, everywhere you look, there are rushing water and streams and more potholes. It just happens to be that time of the year. And more potholes. And ginormous potholes. But as long as you take your time to cruise, you should be okay. They look deeper than they actually are. And it seems like this is exactly why I love coming up here. Every now and then you run into a cozy little spot that seems like it's the place to be, but the weather was calling for extreme weather and wind, and in these little places, if you get caught by either a flood or a fallen tree, it would be very difficult to get out of here because there is no cell service. So, on the road again and found this. This is a logging road up off a logging road, and when you're on the highway and you're seeing up above the tree line, this is where this is. Check it out. This is the spot. Overnight camping right here. This is God's country, people. Trees, mountains, open sky. Now this spot here, some logging has been done, but it was a great spot to spend the night. Little stream right there. And of course, the requisite campfire. But the next day it was time to head back to lower land because the big rains came, and you just never know. An interesting couple of days. The rains have come big time, just pouring down over the campsite. So moved over from the backcountry area because the camper van was sitting on sort of like a logging road off a logging road. And although there wasn't any apparent danger, if you don't understand the lay of the land, so to speak, and how the rain might be gushing down or debris, you could get yourself trapped and in a sticky situation, especially if parts of the road washes away or trees fall and block the road. And when you're driving down these roads, you can see where trees had to be cut away to make it passable, to make the way passable again. So, and then there was a wind warning. So that added to the high risk factor. So it's just easier to come back to city camping. And I thought, you know what? Might as well hit the gym and get some energy going back. It's just been a lazy couple of days for me. But that's all part of van life. It's not all sunny days and picture perfect moments. It's real life too sometimes, right? So I'm up island at a different gym location than the one in Victoria, but I have to keep, it's Anytime Fitness. I don't know if you can see that. But I'm on a 90-day quest where I'm working out every day. Can't miss a day regardless of where I am or what the weather is. So I'm about to head in. See you on the other side. Looking at a bow and arrow set. I've always wanted to learn how to do that. And especially if I'm out in the backwoods, it might be an interesting hobby to pick up. Just checking out possibilities. So it's another rainy day, and I'm going to go find the elusive Heart Lake after a night of city camping. But first, a restroom break. Well, I didn't find Heart Lake, but I found 2 horses. People sometimes want to know what you do on the days that are not the best weather, not weather friendly, I'd like to say. Well, you do what you would do if you were home on days that are not weather friendly. You can either decide to go do what you want to do anyway, just stress for the weather, or you stay in and you putter and relax and do all kinds of things. For van life, it's a matter of finding a book that you want to read, get into, that you don't have time to get into. I finished up some writing, some newsletters, and just relax. I saw an interesting movie today. It was called 3,000 Years of Longing. Interesting movie. It was about a genie, a male genie. They're called jinns. And Idris Elba was the genie, and Tilda Swinton was the other protagonist in the movie. And it was kind of fun for a rainy day in the van. So it was on Prime. Check it out. So just puttering and a little bit of lunch coming up soon, and just watching. I mean, the view out of the window is of the ocean. So if you're going to be in a vehicle or even in a house, views are always I cut my finger earlier while opening up a can, and this is the second Band-Aid that I'm using. Wouldn't stop bleeding for some reason. I don't know what's happening, but the point is, it's make sure that you have a kit, a first aid kit, because you just never know. And it's a rainy one out there. I came up island today because I didn't want to be in the rush tomorrow because it's a long weekend, and just do a little bit of city camping before heading further up the island. Here you got it. Good old trusted box of Band-Aids. Well, it was a short ride this week, guys. Thank you for traveling with me again. And come back again next week for more adventures on beautiful Vancouver Island. And of course, the weather is beautiful going back home. Isn't that something? See you again soon.